Hey guys, so I wanted to share with you guys what happened yesterday, and it's a little bit kind of crazy, something that was completely unexpected. But anyways, I got a call yesterday in the morning. Um, Paul was still asleep, and it was maybe 9:30, somewhere around there. And anyways, this recruiter called me from this healthcare company that's in the local area, and he said that, he had reviewed my resume and that he basically wanted me to come in for an interview. So we set up the interview. Originally, he was going for like uh, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere around there. But with Paul's dialysis schedule, I can't really do anything on Tuesdays or Thursdays or really Saturdays unless he schedules it for an earlier time. So what happened was he ended up finding an interview slot, basically making time for me to have an interview with the executive director of the facility. And so I went in, and first of all, it was a little bit hectic trying to actually find the main entrance to this building because the signs were a little confusing, and the arrow looked like it was pointing to the other side of the building, but it really wasn't. So it was like kind of set back from the main parking lot area and from the front part of the building. So it was a little bit confusing, but eventually I found my way inside, and they said that the executive director should be with me shortly. He was on a conference call, and then I met with him once he was done with his conference call. And, he basically asked me about myself. And I'm going to make a separate video about that because I feel like that's a question that people have a lot of trouble answering. And I feel like that is one of the most difficult and confusing and I don't know, strange interview questions that I have ever gotten. Um, I just don't like that question because it's like, do you want to know about myself personally? Do you want to know about myself professionally? Because I have gone into interviews where, they do ask you about like your personal hobbies and things that you like to do in your spare time, things like that. They do ask you about your personal life just because they want to find out like what type of person you are, what kind of things that you're into, stuff like that. So, when somebody just asks you to tell me about yourself, it's a little bit difficult, but that was really the only interview question he asked me, other than, what kind of pay were you looking for? What shift? What hours? Were you looking for full time, part time? That was really the only thing. So basically, he hired me on the spot, which I think that's honestly like the first time that I've ever gone into an interview and been hired on the spot. But I guess it just goes to show that they really needed CNAs at that facility. Um, so basically, I got hired for a full-time CNA position at a transitional care and rehab facility. So I don't know if he's going to put me on the long-term side or if he's going to put me on the more acute slash rehab side of the building. Um, because he said on the more long-term care side, you have 6 CNAs per shift. There's 75 residents who live there, and so you kind of split things up like that. And on the more short-term care side of things, you have more needy people because they want to go home. And these people have like IVs, they have G tubes, things like that. And so basically, there are 35 residents on that side, I believe he said. And, you split it up between, I think he said 3 or 4 CNAs, and then they also have a shower aide who just comes in and does all the showers for the day. But he did mention that that person is not always there. So it just kind of depends on, um, who's there for the day, kind of how things are going to go. And he says, obviously, they do get short staffed sometimes, and that's why they're trying to hire more people. But I did get hired for a full time day shift position as a CNA with $1,000 sign-on bonus. Obviously, it comes with benefits like most full-time positions do. It comes with medical, dental, vision, all that stuff. You kind of get to choose whether you want the vision and the dental, which is true about a lot of healthcare insurance or medical insurance, those types of things. When you have employer coverage, they usually let you choose the level of coverage that you want and whether or not you want dental and vision. Sometimes you end up having to pay extra, um, just depending on the employer. But I don't know. I just feel like this is a good move. This is something that I've wanted. You guys know that I have hated being on the evening shift because it just absolutely sucks. Working from 3 to 11, I can't stand it. So I feel like being able to work day shift, being done with work at, 2:30, 3 o'clock, depending on which, I can't remember what he said their shift was, if it was like 6 to 2 or 6:30 to 2:30. I don't remember what he said. But, I just look forward to seeing where things go. And even if this doesn't turn into like a long-term position, which obviously it is a full-time position, I just mean like even if I don't stay there for years and years, um, it's something that works for me and it's something that I was looking for. So I definitely appreciate, being able to get the chance to actually go into this type of a position. But anyways, I just wanted to share. So, yeah, I start that job on March 7th, which by the time I'm uploading this, it is already passed. So I will have already started that new position. And, anyways, I'm just really looking forward to it. So that's all I really have to share right now. And I will talk to you guys again soon.